Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Here I am with a new video where I talk about all the things related to my transformation, my core beliefs change, and also my identity shift. So, this week I actually discovered something. It's pretty funny. I don't know if you remember, but the last time I told you guys that I am focused on gratitude and also like acceptance, getting rid of the resistance when it comes to my current situation, my reality, and like everything around me and myself as well. And hey, it turns out that when you start the practice of acceptance, um, you actually go through another phase. It's never ending, guys. And this phase was a little bit hard because it's focused on mourning all the things, all the expectations, all the things you thought you would have today and you don't have. So that was what happened this week. So I actually cried a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I love crying. I think crying is very important to human beings. It's a way of liberation, it's a way of, like getting rid of all the emotions and energies that are stuck in our bodies. And that's what I do. Whenever I feel sad, angry, stressed, I always cry in every situation. Even when I'm happy, I cry. So that's funny. In my family, they always, like, no, at least I cry like 2 to 3 times a week. That's like very normal. But this time it was a different way of cry because I was mourning. I was mourning all the expectations, and it just hit me when I started accepting. So, what I was doing is every day when I wake up, I declare my gratitude towards all the things that I have, even the little ones to the bigger ones. Also, before sleeping, I do that as well. I acknowledge all the things, and one of the main like important is my existence, the fact that I exist. Like that's grateful to God for that. And when I started doing that, and also saying, I accept, I accept um my singleness, I accept my solitude, I accept my 9 to 5 job, I accept my current life, I accept my body. I started accepting not just by saying it, but actually feeling it in my inner, like inside of me. And after a while, I started having these feelings that wait, there's a lot of things that I wanted to have, a lot of things that I desired, and I thought that I would be having now, but I don't have them, you know? And that's where I started mourning. So it was just crying out loud and saying out loud, like, why I don't have this, why my life is like this, why, you know what I mean? I was venting to God, and it went for like 4 days straight. 4 days. 4 days crying every day out loud, like really crying and talking about all the things that I wanted to have at this age, at this time of my life, and I don't have, and like feeling despair and feeling like how unfair is this situation and all that. And I even took off my fake lashes, in order to cry in peace and not be able to lose my lashes. So I took them off and I was like, you know what, I don't care about looking, like flawless and sexy. It's time for me to just mourn. So I respected that period of time, and I mourned like the whole time. 4 days straight. I was, talking about all the things to God. asking explanation and being like, I wanted this but I don't have this, why God, why this person has this. I just went all in. I didn't judge my thoughts, I didn't judge my feelings, I didn't say, oh, I should not say that because, I should have been grateful. I didn't try to rationalize anything or try to make things, like better. No, I just sat with that feeling of discomfort and like unfair situation that I'm in, and all those things that I feel, I honor them and I give them space to express and to exist fully without any interfere. And I think it works because after the 4 days of doing this practice, and what I love, it just happens naturally. I don't force anything. I love that I always say that in every video. I don't know if you guys have seen the other videos, but I always say that I always go with the flow. I go with my inner self and my intuition. I don't like I love the fact that I'm in my transformation era and like going through stuff and all that, but I don't like to go by textbook and be like, no, I said that I have to do positive affirmations for 3 months straight, so I'll be doing that 3 months straight, even though I don't feel like it, even though I don't want to. It's no. When as soon as I felt like my body was refusing to feel those positive affirmations and I was like doing it by force, I stopped immediately. I do not think that we should force ourselves to do stuff. I know a lot of people think that's, the right way to do that, and I respect that opinion because that's how they feel. But when it comes to me, I always love to go with what I feel is right in that moment. So that's why I saw that there is actually growth, and I saw that there is, like change in different like steps in this transformation that I'm having. And the funny part is it's actually super messy. It's not something that is, like straight, like, step one, step two, etc. Not really. It's actually so messy. There is ups and downs, there is detours, there is different steps that I even didn't even know existed. There is like a period of time where there's nothing happening. There's a period where there's a lot happening. There's periods where there is more actions than, inner work, and there's periods where there's only inner work. So I love that. I don't know. It suits me. I I just believe that's the right way to do transformation and like work on our growth and changing our um inner, like the identity shift and all that. And like I told you before, the only reason why I'm doing this because I do feel that I actually maxed out my successes and all that with this current identity. So, in order to get more in life, in order to go to the next level, I should change a lot of things within me that are core beliefs, and that would make my identity shifts in order to be able to receive the next level stuff that I desire, right? And so that's what I'm doing this all work basically. And I'm not sure if you listened to one of my videos. I was talking about, like doing academia and like try to grow with my career because I was not really into my career. I'm really good at it. I'm not gonna lie. I make a lot of money out of it, but it's not something that inspires me or, like makes me feel joy, or it's actually a horror movie. Like corporates for me is just like hell no. And I was like, I owe it to myself to go to the next level in corporate and in my career, etc. Because I know I can. I know I'll be very talented. I can go places with all the knowledge that I have and the skills, etc. But and I did started actually making a plan to make it happen. Like I said, I wanted to become a consultant in my field and have my own clients, etc. And I even started making a plan in order to make all this thing happen. And I know I can make it. But as soon as I started, I felt like I was not aligned with myself anymore. Like I was just forcing myself to, like study and try to level up in my career. And I felt like I was not honest with myself. And maybe I was just drawn to that path because I wanted, my ego wanted to just be seen, like other people see me like, hey, I can be successful too. I can go to the next level too. I can do this and do that. It was more for others than for myself. You know what I mean? So I just dropped the idea and I was ashamed because I dropped it because I was like, oh, so every time I have an idea, I just drop it. Every time I have this, like, plan or like new project, I just let it go. And that's me being just lazy, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. I had this conversation with my sister, and like she was like, I'm actually proud of you because you didn't just go through with it because you wanted to prove a point. As soon as you felt that it was not aligned with yourself, you were courageous enough to acknowledge it and just stop it immediately, and that's okay. There is no shame in that. You can absolutely do that, and that's actually very brave and courageous of yourself. It means that you respect yourself and love yourself. You love yourself enough to be able to acknowledge that something is not for me, and it's okay to change trajectory. It's okay to, like, just pivot and go to another direction with yourself. So it made me feel good when she said that, and I felt it that, it was not just something to sugarcoat the situation and, just to make me feel good. Like I said, it was actually true. I respect myself and love myself enough to not, just follow something because I said so and because I'm afraid that other people would judge me because I didn't go with it. You know what I mean? So I know for a fact that I knew that like for a very long time corporate is not for me, but I wanted to try to prove a point with it, like, hey, even if it's not for me, I'm gonna try to do it in my own way, blah blah. But it's not for me, so let's just leave it there. And I feel really good with that. Um and also because with all this transformation and the work that I'm doing, I'm actually going somewhere. Uh, I do believe that my life is changing and getting better because I realize that, it's time for me to change the city because sometimes when a city doesn't give you, a place is not giving you what you want, all you have to do is change. Maybe the energy of that place is not compatible with your own energy, and you just have to change. And when you change to another place, maybe that place will be like more fructuous for you and like better with opportunities and people with same mindset, etc. And we did actually make a plan with my sister. We're gonna move to another city. That city that we're going to is so exciting and like vibrant, and it's more aligned with our like energy and our goals, etc. So I do believe like this is actually a fruit of my transformation and identity shifts. Like this is the next step, and it makes total sense, right? So I'm happy with that as well. But let's go back to the morning phase that I'm in. Actually, it's over now. It has been 4 days of mourning, crying out loud, and just venting to God and saying all the things that I never let myself say, but I just let it all out. And afterward, now it's a peaceful phase. I'm just, sitting here, existing, and, you know continue with the acceptance, continuing with the gratitude, and I'm loving this phase as well. It's more peaceful because it's like a storm that has passed, and now it's like more peace time for me and my inner self. So I am always happy to share all this with you guys. I hope that you guys are also trying to do some inner work and transformation and core beliefs changes, etc. And yeah, so thank you for listening. I'll continue sharing my journey with you. And I think I'm gonna start posting on the weekends because usually I post my videos on Mondays and like in a weekday. But I do feel more comfortable doing it in the weekend. So probably to Sunday or Saturday. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So the most important thing is I'm still doing it. I'm proud of myself because I didn't give up after like a month or two. Yay! So that's a win for me. And I hope you guys having a good day today. So talk to you later. Bye.